what up, everybody? Do a random dice roll, but I'm going to do a spread that I made, and we'll be using Capricorn down this way, so I'll put it on here. We're using Taurus over here. So, this is called the Grand Balance and Understanding. Alright, so I already did pre-shuffle, so I don't need to shuffle too much. Alright, so this is going to be the divine plan, or spirit's plan. This is going to be how Capricorn views Taurus. And this is going to be opposite, Taurus viewing Capricorn. Alright, and then this will be the karmic lesson right here. And then this will be how Capricorn views themselves, which is bottom. You can't see it on the screen. It'll be on this side, the left side, bottom left. This will be Taurus viewing themselves. This will be the karmic reward. This will be, oh yeah, this is resolution wanted by Capricorn. This would be resolution wanted by Taurus. And then we're gonna have, oh yeah, okay, this will be the compromise between these two parties, right? Okay, and this will be the challenge from the divine to Capricorn, and the challenge to Taurus to Capricorn. And then there's one more that goes in the middle, but I wanted to use this deck instead for it. And the one in the middle will be free will energy, and it will remain face down until I feel the need to pull it, if I ever. Where's number 7? Where's the one we want in the middle? As long as it don't fly out. Alright. So, let's get going. So we have the divine plan. The divine plan is the 6 of Swords. So these are finding solutions. A lot of people call this moving to calmer water. In this deck, you know, there's a rainbow. It's all dark and dingy down here, and it's, you know, it's basically a battlefield going on. A lot of conversations, arguments, and back and forth. But we see this rainbow over at the top. So the karmic plan is to move to calmer waters, to more beautiful skies. Alright, so now we're going to go down here, and we're going to start with our wands down here. So this is going to be how Capricorn views Taurus. So we got the reverse hermit, and this is somebody who's viewing the other. So Capricorn's viewing Taurus as not learning a lesson, or a bad teacher, maybe even the lack of knowledge to be able to learn it. So then we will go ahead and do how Taurus views Cap. We have the reverse 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands upright is usually opposition or fighting, but this is reverse, so this is something went wrong, maybe an accidental error, or lack in self. Maybe denies trying things, or unwilling to fight. And if this is a connection, maybe it's unwilling to fight for the connection. But this person is very scattered with their passion. And even in scattered, it would be like you had a box of passion, right? Sticks of passion. Threw them in there. You got some in there, right? Well, this would be like throwing these wands into the wrong box. So it's just completely off. There's something that going on there that's just not right. All right, so here's going to be the karmic lesson for all parties involved. The world. Wow, how appropriate. This usually means that divine intervention. So there might be some awakenings happening here. People are going to just some of the crazy shit might happen that, like, how the hell did that happen? How? Because Spirit had to intervene. And that's going to be, and that alone is going to be the lesson, is that sometimes things need to end, and if they won't, Spirit's going to end them regardless. Spirit is giving you time for you to do free will choices to make sure your choices put you in a better spot. Now that if Spirit has to intervene and it becomes divine intervention, it's gonna happen. But it may not be under your guise. It may not be under your choice, and you may not end up in a better spot than you could have put yourself by planning it. So just keep that in mind. All right, so this will be how Capricorn views themselves. They view themselves as the king, well, yeah, the father of wands. So this person thinks they're, so it does feel a little egotistical, but they think they're very courageous. They feel like they lead by example. They are forced to be reckoned with. They feel like they never give up. They feel like they're instinctual, religious. They have sex appeal. Fun and exciting. Check this card out. Badass, isn't it? All my Tool fans know what that is. Shit, I want that somewhere else. Oh, technical difficulties, sorry. Where was I at? It's basically like a warrior king, man. It's a very passionate individual who puts their passions into almost everything that they do, and they do it in a way that does usually stay balanced. And wands also mean spirit, so if this is some sort of spirit guide or spiritual teacher, this person's actually looking like they do it pretty damn well. Even though I call them a little egotistical, but I guess it's maybe my format of how they view themselves. Anyway, let's move on and stop talking shit to people. So this will be how Taurus views themselves, and that's the reverse moon. Okay, so this is definitely going to have some imbalances here. There's definitely going to be some hidden stuff here. Whereas a lot of times when I see the moon upright, it's kind of like partials, like the moon when it's lighting up a field, right? You see like certain pieces of, like, say, sticks or rocks, but there's always pieces that sit in the shadows too. So you're looking at it and you can tell that rock is bigger than what you can actually see, but you can't actually see the rest of it. So there's, usually hidden stuff. But this, I feel like, is completely either just a lie, it's just completely not there, or there's some sort of illness going on, or an illusion, a madness, hidden enemies, mental illness, alcoholic blackouts, or even, getting pretty bad off on drugs. And, well, I would say even cancer. I guess this still could be in the chart, but that's what I'm saying here. It's most likely we're looking at some hidden stuff here, whether, like I said, that's illness, enemies, drugs, blackouts. There will be visions and illusions with this too. I feel that heavily, which is why this person's so goddamn scattered, and it's probably the drugs too. All right, moving back up to spirit, and this will be the karmic reward if these cycles are completed. Oh shit, that's a good reward, right? That's the union card, soulmate card, partnerships, love and relationships, man. That seems like a good reward, doesn't it? So this is definitely now just turned into some sort of relationship. I would have to assume it's between these two, but maybe not. Maybe this is a parent-child relationship, and there's a karma going on here. And when that's free, there's a love that comes right around the corner, because that's usually how it works. Anyway, this is going to be the resolution wanted by Capricorn, and it's the Sun card. Need I say more? Happiest card in the deck. That would probably be the best resolution anybody could want, right? I couldn't possibly tell what Taurus would want. You never know. Taurus seems to be the off-kilter one. Anyway, let's see. So this is going to be what they want. Taurus wants for themselves. They want to celebrate. I don't feel I don't really feel third-party interference here. This is kind of expansion into a family type. setting, a romantic gesture. This could be an expression of love. Um, you know, this could be birth or marriage proposals. So we have illusions here, though, and all that might be what it is. This is probably has to do with drugs. This does too. But this has to do with what they actually feel. Right over here, you know, Cap's going pretty good. I'll give you that. Yeah, I think I got about everything. Yeah. And I don't know why I said this was his. That's just weird. I was getting that energy drawn to him, but this would be how they view them. And this is all perspective too. So Taurus is viewing Cap as like off the rocker. Okay. Anyway, yeah, we'll move to the next one. So we're gonna see what the challenge from the divine to this Capricorn is, and that is temperance, and that is mainly about balancing, especially balancing things that are very opposite or don't typically mix or balance real well. You know, we see the tears, the water coming down into this flame, you know, but it does make something else. It will make steam, right? So it's definitely talking about some major balancing. This isn't an easy balance. Most likely, if we're talking karmic cycles, this is probably some sort of internal battle going on here for this Capricorn, but it's upright. So I'm assuming that this is either done, it's being done properly, or yeah, I would say it was either executed properly or it's being done properly. But that is the karmic lesson here, is for them to balance during this. So maybe when a conversation strikes up, this flips, you know, then that's not good. If it stays like this when these situations pop up, then that's how this Capricorn is going to defeat their karmas and get that reward. All right. So here's the challenge to Taurus. We have the Eight of Pentacles. This is learning learning the value of things. This is also the it's the Mastercraft card for me as well. As you can see, we have a spider here. There's nobody that perfects a spider web better than a damn spider. But anyway, it was upright. So this can also pertain to self-work. And I mean, self-work can also be Mastercraft. If you're mastering a craft, you still have to work your understanding of that craft through yourself. But this can also pertain to mastering your own self. But and this is a grounding energy too with the Pentacles. So this is a very definite, like, which is crazy because we have Taurus, which are, you know, an earth sign, which should leave them pretty damn grounded. But maybe this Taurus in particular, maybe this is North Node and not any other one. So this would be their, you know, they could be something totally different. But yeah, their karmic lesson is to stay grounded. So we have a balance and a grounding. Sounds like a fucking phenomenal. If they are in fact a couple, which it does look like with the two, they look like a phenomenal couple if they can work out this karmic cycle. Soul's expansion, baby. All right, so now we want to see. This will be a possible compromise between these two parties, our Cap and our Taurus. Give me a second here. Let me think of this. That doesn't really. Ooh, that is a horrible compromise. How the fuck do you get past that? Well, you know what? I know what. Okay, this is reversing this. So instead of having this luscious rose that shouldn't be dead looking, dying, it's about reversing it. It looks like this has not been successful. So basically, in the original tarot, this is also the left out in the cold card. So we see that's, you know, reversing that left out in the cold card is coming back in from the cold. So maybe this is the process they're in right now. Could be the possible process that is what is needed to, you know, cleanse these karmas. I don't really see a need to have any free will energy. So I'm going to try to decide if I do want to flip it. Because all this makes sense. Maybe I'll get an overall energy. Or maybe we'll see what put them into this. We have the reversed Nine of Discs, which is gain in this deck. So it might have been that somebody was more worried about what they could gain from a situation, materially, money-like, finances, possession-like, over, you know, the other three elements you have in the 40 cycle tarot of the minor. There's 40 cards there, 4 cycles. Only one of them is Pentacles, which is money and possessions. The rest, there's 3 other huge ones. So it does look like somebody was probably way more focused on those material possessions and money than anything. It's hard to tell which one was actually doing that. We really got a Pentacle on us over here, and then we obviously have Tarian, which are very grounded in their, suit. So I would assume Taurus, but I am not going to. That's nowhere near concrete, say. So yeah, it looks like come back in from the cold. Learn to balance, Capricorn, and learn how to master yourself, Taurus. And drop the, whoever this is, drop the in it for gains. Just go in it for happiness. Gains will follow, trust me, because the world card is here. The spirit's here watching us. This is divine intervention, and up in the divine's top. So this is also a divine connection, and damn it, come on, and a divine solution. So these things should be paid attention to. But I hope this helped you guys. I'm going to run another one just because I kind of like the way the spread worked out. And I just made this spread. Well, I made it a while ago. I remade it. And I haven't really had much time to test it. So this isn't but one of the first times I've tested it. And it seems like it's went well. So I'm going to continue to test. Thank you. Have a good day. And as always, self-reflection and unconditional love. Peace.